Welcome to Tall Guy Rides, and in today's video I am going to summarize the new product launched by BluArmor, that is the C50 Pro. Now, before the C30 launched in the Indian market, many people were not able to have conversations on the ride, or the devices that were available at that point of time, Senna and Cardo, were just too expensive and out of the budget range for most riders. With the C30 coming into the picture, a lot of people were able to enjoy the ride a lot more thanks to all of the conversation and, let's just say, bakchodi that used to happen and happens on the ride, as well as a good amount of indication that could be given by the front group of the riders that hey, there is a pothole, there's a deviation, any instructions that are there, as well as a quick connection between the captain or the lead rider with the sweep or the lead rider with the running pilot. So it just made life easier. And thanks to the mesh feature that C30 offered, more people got into the conversation, and thus it became a very popular product in the Indian riding market. Now BluArmor has taken that success and they are trying to leverage on that with the C50 Pro. The C50 Pro is a new device that they have launched, and without getting into further ado, here are 10 things you should know about the C50 Pro before making a purchase decision. Now, the first point that you should know is that the mounting style of the C50 Pro is different from the C30 Pro. If you have had a look at the launch video, you would already know this, but if you are watching this video without having seen the launch video, well, the C30 mounts somewhere on the side, either on the left hand side or the right hand side. I've seen a very few people put it right at the back, but usually people put it on the left cheek. Now for the C50 Pro, you will have to necessarily mount it at the back of the helmet because that's the design of this product. Now, why is it designed like this? We will get into that a little bit later, but the first thing is that it is a back of the helmet mounted device and not a side of the head or side of the helmet mounted device. The second factor or second reason that you should consider before buying this is the size or form factor of this product. It is much smaller than the C30, and even compared to your Senna and Cardo Edge, which is the top end product in the market for Cardo, it is much smaller. The base device is much smaller, and thanks to this, it definitely looks good and the weight element will be much lesser. However, there were some apprehensions about the battery life, but during the video launch or the product launch, the management team confirmed that the battery life, which is one of the C30's strong points, would remain the same. That is about 16 hours of music playtime, which is really good. And in terms of backup without using the device, well, that's for multiple days, and I think the people who own the C30 will be able to confirm this in terms of the battery performance of the device, which is really good. The third thing to take into consideration is the construction of the device. The earlier product, which was a C30, was a clip-on style of a device, and it had wires as well. Now, with the new product, the base intercom unit connects to the sticky base that is there, that goes on the back of the helmet, via magnets, and it is also charged using a magnetic cable. Now, thanks to this property of the device is IP67 rated, so it goes even further in terms of waterproofing. What it also means is that there are no external cables that need to come out from your helmet and connect to the device, which can get a little bit tiresome. In this device, the wires, everything is connected directly to the base mount at the back of the helmet, and it stays in one position. So there's no fiddly bits, so to speak, about the wiring in the new device. The fourth point is the new Portweave function. So the BluArmor team has said that apart from just changing the looks, they have also upgraded the hardware as well as the software for the product, and thanks to this they are able to bring to us something called as the Portweave. Now through the device you can control and give audio support to, wait for it, your GoPro 12. So there is no need now, if you have the C50 Pro, you don't need to buy the media mod kit for the GoPro and then use a wire to connect your mic which is inside the helmet to the GoPro. So again, saving a lot of hassle in terms of the wiring. It will connect to your GoPro and you will be able to add your audio to the video feed that is coming from the GoPro. You also are able to control your cluster devices. So if you have Apple CarPlay or Android Auto device that you have put on your bike, you can control that via the C50 Pro. There's a, I think it's called a T model or something like that. It's a Bluetooth 5-way joystick slash controller that you can clip onto your handlebar. I think it's a optional accessory. You don't need to use it. Excuse me. But yes, you can use that device to control your Apple Auto, CarPlay, music, and what else? Your GPS as well as your second phone connectivity. So you are able to connect two phones. One is probably as a GPS phone that you have connected onto your this thing, onto your bike, and one is your expensive iPhone or Android which you keep safely within your pocket. So Portweave allows you to do all of these things. Fifth point, and this is the point that adds value to the mounting style of the C50 Pro. This is the Ride Aura. Now, with the base mount which is there at the back of your helmet, they have given particular LED lights. Now, these lights are not meant to just flash randomly. They are also coming with a feature where in case you are deaccelerating, that is braking hard, thanks to the IMU sensor that is there in the product, the lights will start flashing red or whatever color you feel is important in that space to warn people who are behind you that hey, somebody is braking really hard right now, and to take caution. Basically, it's a high visibility a product in that sense. You used to get these flasher units from LS2 and there are other products in the market as well. So now you don't need to buy any of that in case you're looking for a device that adds visibility to yourself and to your helmet. Now in this Aura, you can also do custom maps. In that you can display custom colors. What is the range of that customization? That's not been shared, so I'll not get into that. But yes, please do use this feature responsibly. Don't have it flashing all kinds of Jintak colors. It will only distract the riders who are there behind you or cause cars and other vehicles to kind of fixate on you, and that's never a good thing. So use this feature responsibly. The sixth feature that has come into the fold is crash detection and SOS alert function. Thanks to the IMU that we talked about in the previous point, which detects sudden deceleration in a crash. Again, you are suddenly decelerating to zero, I'm assuming. And once that happens, if you have stored some contacts as in case of emergency contacts, the C50 Pro unit will send out SOS alerts to those contacts just in case you want somebody to kind of know in case you have had a crash. If you don't want somebody to know at home that you have had a crash, well, I think then you should not keep the IC contacts, but more information will come out about that feature a little bit later. So you can talk about that in detail later. The seventh thing you should know about the C50 Pro is that they have upgraded, as I said earlier, the hardware and the software. So they have launched the Ride Grid 2.0. The C30 had Ride Grid 1.0, I assume, because earlier there was no nomenclature like 1.0 to it, but yes, it was that. Now in 2.0, lot of added functionality, but basically it is improving the mesh connectivity, and it's doing this through two very interesting features. The first one is active link tracking, or they call it alt in their presentation. So what it does is that it connects you actively, it actively monitors all the linkages in the mesh, and in case you are connected to somebody who is now falling back or pushing further ahead out of range, you will not lose connection, but it will actively switch to the next rider in your group who is closest to you. Ideally, this should have been a feature in the first instance itself, because that's what mesh system is all about. But earlier, I think it was a one-to-one and then a conference call kind of a situation. So that they have done away with. Now it's, I would say it's a true mesh, because it connects to the rider closest to you, and then through that rider it connects to the next person, and so on and so forth. And this is also coming along with, I'm sorry, I'm looking at my notes because there's a lot to talk about. You have another interesting feature called mesh over cloud. What it, in essence, it is basically like a WhatsApp call where you have a group call. In case you are riding in an urban environment or on the highways where there is internet connectivity, the call will jump online technically onto their in BluArmor's cloud, and it will connect to the riders, and thus provide you with a very good connection over longer distances. I'm assuming that's how it will help the riders maintain connection. And when it moves to an area where there is no network or no internet, then it will revert back to the older ride grid, ride mesh system. So the rider closest to you connects to the next rider, and so on and so forth. So those are the two features that are coming in through Ride Grid 2.0. And you also have music over mesh, and in that there will be a democracy. So somebody can switch the song, somebody can pause the music. How effective this will be in terms of actually listening to music, I doubt it, but I'm sure there's going to be a lot of fun going to happen regarding this particular feature in riding groups. I assume people will start skipping songs and pausing it and then playing it at random times and all of that stuff. So a fun feature to say the least. The eighth thing you should know about the C50 Pro is, and this is really, really useful, especially if you are one of our tour managers or flag holders in your particular riding group, is the group control features. Now in this, you will be able to control who says what at what point of time in the conversation, and important conversations are not lost in a lot of the bickering that happens on a group. For example, on the C30, everybody can talk at the same time, but on the C50 Pro, you can assign roles to say the lead rider, the sweep rider, or the running pilot, and only their conversation will be active at that point of time, and this will help in better coordination of larger groups. Or if you are leading a, a particular tour or something like that, then this will definitely be useful. The second part of the same feature is that you will also have a lead or captain broadcast ability. So only one person will be able to talk and the others will take in the inputs. Again, a very good feature for somebody who's leading a group to a remote destination, or there's a lot of traffic and you need to filter through it, or any other similar situation. The ninth thing that you should know, especially if you are an audiophile, is that they have improved the speakers, so the quality of the sound that will come in will be better. Now this is something that they are saying. They have done away, I think, with their JBL Connect that they had, and I am assuming this is because they would have had to pay heavy royalties to JBL for using their branding for their speakers and not just the hardware. So This will save us and the company some expense, and hopefully the speaker quality is equivalent, if not better, than the speakers on the C30 system. With this, you also get an improved noise isolation or noise cancellation algorithm. So on the C30 Pro, on the C30 Pro, people were able to make out that you are on a bike riding, because the audio used to be muffled and there used to be sound from the outside, wind noise, etc., that would come in to the audio feed. But now with the improved algorithm, I think this effect will be a little bit reduced. And finally, point number 10 is the modularity, which will make life easier while installing the device. So each of the wires for your boom mic, for your left speaker, right speaker, etc., is all separate, and it kind of connects into a central hub, and then that hub feeds a wire to the base mount, which is at the back of your head. So installation will become super simple thanks to this. Earlier it used to just get a jumble of wires all over the place, and it was a little bit tedious to clean your helmet after removing the intercom, so on and so forth. So if you're just putting it once and forgetting about it, sure, it was easy, it is okay. But for people who like to clean their helmets regularly, at least once a month or so, removing the system, doing a proper cleaning, it would get tedious to put the system back in to the helmet. So that will become better. And those are the 10 things that you need to consider before making a purchase. Now let's talk about how you can make a purchase. The MRP of the product is 25,000, which I feel is a little bit on the higher side, given that in the market you are able to pick up some pretty good Cardo and Sena devices at a 30k price point. Of course, the quality factor of these brands is very well known, so we will not get into that. But they have a couple of offers. So the introductory price for the product is 22,000. So that's 3,000 less from the MRP, which I think will come into picture maybe 3-4 months down the line. And currently they are having a Trailblazer and a Trailblazer Plus 1 offer. So if you have a C30 unit and you send it back to them, they will give you a cashback of 11,000 rupees. So you will essentially get the new product for just 11,000. So 22,000 minus 11,000, 11,000. In the Trailblazer Plus 1 option, what you can do is, if you have a friend who doesn't have a C30 Pro, a C30, but they are interested in the C50 Pro, what you can do is you can send in one of your C30 units, and both of you will get that 11,000 rupee discount on the introductory price. So your friend will procure a unit for 11,000, and you will be able to procure a unit of the C50 Pro at 11,000. So it brings more people into the fold without having to spend the 22,000 rupee price point. So if you don't have a C30, you want the C50 Pro, find somebody who is making the upgrade and make them your plus one. So that would be extremely beneficial for you in that sense. Now this offer is only available till the 1st of September, which is this coming Sunday, 6 days from now. So if you're interested, make the most of this offer. Later on you will regret not buying this product. So make the most of it if you're really interested. Now let's talk about who this product is for. This is a very long video, almost 20 minutes, but hey, the product launch was about an hour and a half. I think it started at 5 and ended at 6:30. So 90 minutes ka 20 minutes mein humne push kar diya. Fairly good. Now who is this product for? I would say that this product is for somebody who is a tech trailblazer. They like the new tech, they like testing out new stuff. A, this is for those kind of riders. B, you are regular group riders and you do ride with a lot of buddies, and Ride Grid is a system that you use and you would like to see it improved. And the other features are just an add-on. Basically, what is the base use of an intercom device? to talk to our buddies in a more seamless fashion. And that is something that you will be able to do with the C50 Pro. And finally, it's an extremely good product for all of the bloggers, motovloggers out there who are using a GoPro 12. Now, only the GoPro 12 has Bluetooth connectivity. I'm not sure if the other action cams, like DJI Action 4 or the Insta360 Ace or Ace Pro, have Bluetooth connectivity for speakers. If they do, maybe it works, but for GoPro 12, it will work. So if you have a GoPro 12 and you want to ditch all of the wiring and the headache, just go for the C50 Pro. I know for a fact that if you have a media mod and you take it out in the rain or something like that, it can get spoiled because your ports are open. With the C50 Pro Bluetooth connectivity, your ports will be closed, your GoPro will be 100% waterproof again, and you will be able to give it your good audio input, because the mic on the C50 Pro will definitely be better than what you buy in the market, unless you're buying a very high-end Rode mic or something like that, which again costs quite a bit. So you might as well buy the C50 Pro now. So that is who I think the product is for. If you are a rider who only wants to listen to music and maybe take calls, the C30 is a good option. If you are a rider and pillion combo, then you can even go for one C30 and one HS1, which is their budget product. I'm not sure if you can have two HS1s as well, but you will have to check that out if they have that ride link connectivity for the rider and pillion. So that will save you quite a bit of money. Or if you are somebody who doesn't do too many group rides, you want to be part of the group, so that can happen in a group which majority has C50 Pro as well. The only drawback is that the C50 Pro is backward compatible to the Ride Grid 1.0, but the C30 is not compatible to Ride Grid 2.0, which I think the company should just release as an update if it is possible for the hardware to support it. At least the